We've gone from talking about choosing some features to, deleting code and going with other ones to keep a very clean architecture. We're talking about modularity, decoupling, making it very easy to develop. But all of this leads up to one big thing, which is the problems that we're trying to solve, right? So what I'm really curious from the mind of the CTO is, what are the biggest problems that Modyo is trying to solve today in 2021? And are the problems that we're solving today, are they the same as they were in the past? Are there new challenges that are emerging? Anything to do with now? What does that look like? What are the problems that are trying to get addressed by a platform like Modyo?
Well, one thing is obviously talk about the platform, the way that we deploy, right? But the customers are doing this because they have an expectations of what Modyo can do for them, and the challenge that basically we can solve with the help of this platform, right? And one of the most important things is basically this concept of accelerate the way that digital products are created and maintained. So for us, Modyo is all about that. Why? Because I'm not gonna say like 5 or 10 years ago, but some time ago, everything was a project, especially with big clients, with the big clients that we have today. Everything was a project. So the project has a beginning and an end, right? So you start the project, select the provider, you build the piece of software that you wanted, and after that, everything stopped. You deliver the product for your customers, and if the customer, they didn't like the product, you can do anything about it because the thing is already built. So that was more or less what was building software in the last, I don't know, 20 years. But today is different because customers, they have alternatives. If they don't like your mobile app, they can switch to another.
Absolutely.
I mean, with digital onboarding and a lot of different solutions, you are opening doors for facilitating this movement of users, selecting what they think that is okay for them. In the past, probably you want to create a huge relation or a good relation with your executive, and for you go to the branch of the bank, it was an experience, right? But today, everything is about digital products. So in order to maintain a digital product and making sure that you're hearing your customers and you have the ability of making changes continuously, you have to have a good foundation. So that's why most of the customers that we have today, we help them to replace the monolith solution that they previously have, or code from previous generations of people inside the customer, because there is another component, which is people rotation. I mean, in big companies, the people rotate a lot, and it's difficult because the developer that made a decision in 2 years probably he's not going to be there for justifying that decision. So there is a lot of rotation. There is a lot of factors that makes a really good case for building the things in a different way, more at a component level. For instance, using micro frontend is really great because if you know that you have to make a change in a specific part of your digital product, you don't have to redeploy the whole thing. If you're following a microservice architecture, if you have to switch an API to connect to a different system, you can do it without disrupting the whole bank operations. So that kind of architecture is really popular these days, and is basically really valuable because you can mount all of these agility layer on top of what you already have. I mean, you don't have to switch all the systems that you have. Basically, you need to make sure that you're building good interfaces to create this layer of agility, which are basically microservices, APIs, and the micro frontends on top of Modyo. And after that, you can provide really good tools to your developers and content marketers, for instance, that allow them to basically make changes and put a lot of agility in what they're doing in their digital products. So I think that's a really important. That is the challenge that we want to keep solving in the following years.